first story. This came out this week and on Saturday. Not really a big surprise, but people are talking about it. Apparently, there were ET cartridges in that Nevada Landfill. And, what do you call it?
Yeah.
What is this? I'm like 25.
It's called a landfill.
A landfill.
Yeah, a landfill.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a hole in the ground. Why is my face there?
I don't know. Somehow someone threw your headshot away along with the ET cartridges.
Good
I'm not
for them.
sure why that happened.
This was an excavation that took place this weekend. This is my dad. This is my uncle.
This is Paul's birth,
yeah,
folks.
There we go. So
that's me in the background.
Yeah, there's. Go through another photo here. Again, this is these guys are doing it for the documentary. They wanted to see if the ET was actually dug up, and wouldn't you know it, it was. Another cartridge of ET as promised.
Well, they held up remarkably well,
yeah.
considering.
Here's a photo of just guys around garbage. Really soak that in. Mooner420 is the chat. How much in-store credit does GameStop give for an ET cartridge?
You know, here's the thing. There's like a nostalgia applied to these things. I bet you could sell them right now. But
this is worth nothing. This has been in the garbage in the landfill for the past 30 years. Don't tell me this game is worth anything. Would you guys pay any premium for a dug-up Atari cartridge?
I would. No.
You would. There was one would, there was one no.
Guru Randall would.
Why?
Just
say
for
it all the money in the world.
Just to say I have one of the cartridges that were buried in the desert somewhere. I would pay money for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm going to go bury a bunch of stuff in the desert then and give Guru a call in a week. Next story here, MLG is partnering with ESPN and the X Games in Austin, Texas.
Oh, really?
I just used some letters there.
There's so many things that someone from the 1920s would not comprehend you just said.
1920s. Try, last week. It's not really sure how much ESPN is going to be playing of this tournament or whatever, this 3-day event. They're going to give them X Games medals. Bottom line here is you're further seeing the integration, as it were, of Major League Gaming, i.e. Esports, into ESPN sports, or whatever you like to say, more mainstream sports. The game they did choose was Call of Duty.
Oh.
I did think you could, if you really wanted to.
My grandparents would like that game.
Well, that's a very, yes.
They live it.
It's a small step in the sense, it's one of the more popular, obviously, esport games out there. But
yeah.
Really talk to me when you have League of Legends as a highlight on, or Dota or whatever, on ESPN. Then I
Talk to me when you have Goat Simulator.
I don't think, or Goat Simulator. I don't think that'll ever happen, or at least not soon. Anybody else want to have any comments before I move on to our next story here?
Azuba Frost, well, no, not Azuba, but Spedinda dropped 34.4 million. So you're going to see a lot of influx of these companies going to put a lot more into esports. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Next story about Destiny. We're going to talk about it. Boom, put up the graphic. Yeah, the new video.
What? What is funny, Paul?
So
that's from the movies.
I know exactly
You
where
Are My
from.
Destiny.
Yes, I know.
Why?
Destiny, some preview footage was put out. Let's go ahead and play it.
Hang tight. Fall and thrive in the dark. We won't.
The reaction from the internet and pretty much mainly throughout the gaming community is, meh.
Really?
That's right.
That game looked great. What's
okay,
what's
we
the
have
problem?
our thoughts, but let me throw it to the Skype. I want to get you guys involved here. This is the biggest glimpse we've seen of it. What are your guys' impressions after I just show up that video?
I am absolutely excited for Destiny. I can't wait for the game to come out. I think they are going to blow the doors off of anything they've made in the past, to include Halo. I think it's going to be an amazing game.
It's too early to be excited or disappointed with what they show. It kind of looks like they're going back to their Halo roots with what looked like the Covenant. But again, it's just too early, and from what I saw, I didn't see a whole lot.
We'll have plenty of time. After E3, I think you'll see a lot more of the multiplayer stuff, and I think then this is going to be probably a pretty heavy multiplayer game, as most shooters are in this day and age.
Can you and I play the game together? Will that be something we can do after the show?
We're not friends. Kingdom Hearts, the 8th iteration in the series, believe it or not, it's coming to the Xbox One. Calm down. September 4th, the Xbox One comes out. Next year, they believe the Xbox One or Kingdom Hearts will be on Xbox One. The business here, this is the first time that Kingdom Hearts has ever been on another console, let alone a Microsoft platform. So
apparently someone at Xbox picked this up and thought it was a good idea because they weren't busy worried about content to make for their new network.
Anyway, so that's the business. Yeah. Any final thoughts? I don't know what that sound was, but I'm hearing all kinds of
fighting a snake in Arizona.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
That's also a segment.
He does that. Sometimes rattlesnakes come in and has to battle
a
them.
segment on our show here.
Yeah.
Next story here is about Nintendo. Interesting interview with Nintendo President Satoru Iwata.
Wow, good job.
Who's already under a lot of heat.
Okay.
Kind of already took a 30% pay cut, and now there are people that want him to resign. Put up the quotes here. Entertainment doesn't just mean video games. We're not just an entertainment company. We're going to create products to increase the quality of life.
Okay.
And I think you are still, in many circles, the greatest video game maker on the face of the planet, at least in terms of history. why are you branching off into this quality of life stuff and trying to break down the semantics of what entertainment means instead of saying, yes, we want Kingdom Hearts on our console. Like, this is going to be our thing. Am I just saying stuff for Skype? Does this
No,
resonate
I think
with
it's
any of
awesome.
you guys?
Here's what Nintendo needs to do. They need to get back to making some crazy-ass games, man. That's what they need to do.
All right, someone in the Skype way in here.
I was going to agree with Todd here. They need to focus on the games and less on the damn consoles. The consoles don't matter.
Guru, you and I do not want Nintendo sandwich makers or the popcorn machine from Nintendo, right? We want some crazy games where people do crazy things like plumbers going down, jumping on starfish, and wacky stuff.
If Nintendo has to release their content, if Nintendo has to release their content to other consoles to make a good game, so be it. But they need to forget about consoles and just focus on the game.
I don't think that'll ever happen, but I think it's a fair point. That's the business here.
And by the way, to the people on Skype that are new here, thanks for joining us. We hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. Guru, Therasol, Wolfston, Neostorm. Thank you guys.
Guys, thanks so much. Paul, Todd, see you tomorrow at 5.
The fate of the earth is in my hands. No choice but to